Welcome to Real Comic Book Talk, people. Today, we got a good little debate to talk about today. After watching season 3 of Daredevil, we are here to talk about who was the best villain. So our competition today is going to be Kingpin versus Kilgrave.
Only two that matter.
Which one was the best one? And a reminder, don't forget to watch all the way to the end of the video to see who our cosplayer of the day is. Now, let's get into this. With me, as always, my boy Anthony, my boy Al, I'm Daniel. Woo! It's a debate. Now, we're going to go over there to you, Al.
Thank God.
Starting off with you.
We are going to sit here.
We are going
back.
Yeah, we still have time. You gotta go first.
Well, y'all don't know? First, yeah. Y'all don't know? Okay, so I'll just continue talking then. I between the two, I have to say the best villain is Kingpin for me. Because the amount of long game that he put into it. He put a serious long game into everything. And I feel as though Kilgrave is the short urgency right now, just spontaneous kind of person. He's a villain that relies 100% on the powers that he has, and whatever he feels that he wants right then and there, he just goes and gets based off of his power set and everything like that. And he doesn't put any thought into it. He just does it. He doesn't have to react because of how meticulous he is with the villainous acts that he does in a short amount of time. So he doesn't have to cover himself up grandly unless he gets in a situation where he had with Jessica Jones, where she kept going at him consistently over and over again, where he had to cover his tracks over and over again. He was good at it. Don't get me wrong. He had backup plans for each scenario and everything because he had been doing it for a while. But Kingpin, the argument would be because he was in prison, so he had a lot of time to think and everything. But even before then, he was already making moves in different scenarios and different situations where he was already the Kingpin in New York after season 1, as season 1 showed. And he was very meticulous in the fact that nobody else knew where he lived. Nobody could keep track of him. Nobody could get at him and stuff. They didn't even show Kingpin till like the 3rd or 4th episode of the first season and everything. They also did that, not to take away from Kilgrave. They did it with Kilgrave too. But it was...
I don't understand the point of that part of it.
No, but it was a build up to how serious it was. And I say that to say that he wasn't one to be just... You can't just walk up on him. Like wherever he went, it was like he controlled that situation. In the manner of everything around him was under his control. As opposed to Kilgrave, who just la-di-da, you know? It was just a la-di-da. It was like, I'm walking down the street. I'll take what I want. Yeah, here we go. Let's keep going. It wasn't until he got put in a position where he knew he had to cover himself that he had backup and everything. Other than that, he was just, I'm walking down the street. Oh, let me just kidnap this car. This car's nice. Oh, it's your car? Take the baby out. Get the baby out and drive me somewhere. And he'd just be on his way. Kingpin had a security squad. He had several cars following him. He was on the go all the time. It was serious. You ready?
Yeah, I got my answer now.
Yeah. Kingpin for me. That's who I think was the worser of the two and the better villain for me.
You think Kingpin was worse than Kill?
That's where I'm about to...
Yeah. I think he was. He used to... He
hold on.
bashed people's face in.
Get him.
No,
he bashed a person's face in season 2 or season 3 of Daredevil just for somebody else's mistakes.
Didn't Kilgrave tell the dude to stab himself just because he said he liked Jessica Jones?
Yeah, they were both vicious.
Someone to stand right here for the rest of your life, and the guy pretty much died.
He was still at the end of the season.
He's probably still there.
He peed on himself and all kinds of shit.
I see both of y'all might be Kilgrave fans, or we just tag teaming on me again. He's just going against me. Yeah, we're just going. They're just going against me.
Didn't he tell us?
It's all right, but go ahead.
His friend, put a bullet in your skull, and she went just like that.
Yeah,
she tried.
Did he tell his mom to stab herself as many times as
you can keep on going with as much as you want.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I got my answer. Go ahead and get it so I can finish it off.
I understand where you're coming from with Kingpin, where he's methodical. He thinks of every situation, every scenario. But if you have a guy who can make you do whatever he wants, no matter what, I mean, just anything. His Kingpin has to have people around him to help him to make sure he's all right, to protect him. Kilgrave doesn't have to have that. Kilgrave tell you don't kill nobody.
But he did have that though.
I mean, at the end with Jessica Jones, when he found out that his powers didn't work on her anymore. But if his powers worked on her, there would be no one who could probably stop him.
Nobody.
And then when he tried to get his powers stronger, if he would have got his powers stronger, and mainly what he was trying to do is he was trying to get it for Jessica.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he knew he could control everybody else. It's hard to go against that. It's hard to go against someone who can make you do whatever they want.
And he was selfish.
Yeah, he was selfish.
That was narcissistic too.
That was kind of his downfall.
Kingpin. But go ahead.
I mean, but Kingpin, his is I'm trying to like his downfall. He wanted everybody to like him because when everybody hated him,
he didn't care about.
He was trying to manipulate everybody.
He did manipulate everybody. He was so angry. He was so angry during our season 3 review that he had people doing exactly what he wanted them to do.
But
he was like, "Kill him! You're the FBI. Playing drugs, I'm gonna kill him."
But he wanted public opinion to
I stand by.
Yeah, because he had controlled people and had them doing what he wanted them to do.
But that's what he wanted. Kilgrave don't care if you
like Kilgrave do have you do what he wants you to do.
Right, but he can just make you do what he wants. Kingpin has to make you.
That's why I was so upset with the FBI. Because like Kilgrave, he could just tell you to do it and then you do it.
They had
like,
free
they didn't
will.
They didn't have a choice. He took away free will. When Kingpin did it, y'all still had a free will. You could have set them up,
which makes it even more of a dangerous person.
But I mean,
right? Doesn't that? But hold up, doesn't that make you more of a dangerous person when you still have you have your free will to do what you want? You still nobody's controlling you without your control to the point where you couldn't stop. Like Kilgrave would have said, "Don't put that gun away. Don't ever in your life ever attack me."
And you would never do it.
But Kingpin went about it the other way because he doesn't have that ability.
But Kingpin always has to worry about.
He did it.
But Kingpin always had to look over his shoulder.
He never looked over his shoulder. He was Kingpin. He did. He never looked over his shoulder. Okay. You knew he didn't look over his shoulder. You know he didn't.
To have extra, to have contingencies for contingencies, you have to. Because you had to look over your shoulder and have a contingency plan.
No, that's just planning in advance, isn't it? That's just like having car insurance when you drive your car. You know there's a possibility of having an accident, so you go ahead and get insurance.
But you also look over. You also look at the back to make sure that person behind you don't smack the back of your car.
Kilgrave said you can't kill me.
And that's looking over your shoulder.
And that's dang on. That's being aware.
But then somebody can just still kill you. Kilgrave say, "Don't kill. You can never kill me. Don't ever stand against me."
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Go right ahead.
Because Kingpin has.
So who you picking? Kingpin or Kilgrave?
Because of the skill set, I have to go with Kilgrave.
All right,
mine's is Kilgrave, and one reason, like I said, a bunch of different great points and stuff, but the reason why Kingpin was able to manipulate all these other people and put this and that is because he had a lot of money. He had money to spend. So like he had money to buy the bank. And then had that bank set up for Augie's family. He had money to spy on people, to buy the insurance company that FBI agent Nadim.
Yeah,
I had it right in my head. I had the word right. Anyway, he had the money to buy his social and then kick her off. He had the money to buy security. Had the money to buy the camera. He had
endless money.
Yeah, it seemed like an endless amount of money.
You know, it ran out in season 2 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
You sure? Because he still wasn't on
It did. The whole time he was in prison, they kept saying, "Your money's low. Your money's low." Remember?
But somehow he got a lot of money because he damn sure had bought the hotel in season 3. I don't know. Look, either way, he had the money. I don't give a fuck what they said. Maybe he told him he had another splash house. I don't know. He had the money, so it's easier for him to not easier, but it would be easier for him to set up other people because he put things in motion. Without that money, Kingpin is powerless. But you say the same thing about Kilgrave. Without his powers, he's powerless. So, going back to Zero, I would still have to say Kilgrave because Kilgrave.
But money can deplete his powers.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
That's
you're
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So Kilgrave, his motivation for what he was doing was like the most selfish thing I could think of. Like he just wants a girl to like him. It was the most immaturest thing to think of. Like I want like when you're a kid and you don't know how to talk to girls yet, so you just run them and you hit them because you like them. That's exactly what Kilgrave did. That's what I told he like, oh yeah, she doesn't like me. I'm gonna hit her so she know I like her. Except he hit her real big, and he, for as much as meticulous and detailed as Kingpin is, Kilgrave did the same thing when he bought Jessica Jones' old house. Like he found all these old pictures, all this other stuff, had it set up just like her house. Had it to the point where anytime Jessica even thought about being angry or showed a little emotion, it was a contingency, the same contingency plan to kill. Well, not the same, but he would have a contingency plan. Like the waiter, the cook, and the waitress would run up with a knife to the throat. Like, he had that every time he went somewhere. So he always was in control of the situation that was around him, just like Kingpin is. He just did it without the money.
You're okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, how did he?
Okay, you said money like money was his power. Money was
part of the power because without the money, he couldn't make the influence he needed to. Like for instance, in season 1, he was buying up all this real estate. You can't buy anything unless you have money, and that's immediately how the control happened. Then he got in. Well, I assume that he started in crime, got some money in crime, he used that to go legit, and he used that legit to boost up his crime. Either way. He started with the money. Kilgrave just walked out as a kid with powers because parents tried to save his life. And then there it is. Right. Like he literally told the kids to go pee in the bath. He was much more ruthless than Kingpin was.
I
would say this because
I think it's more, his scale of ruthlessness was there, but I still
like he told Jessica's neighbor he had to slit his throat and then do it in the bed where Jessica sleeps at. Yeah. Kingpin at least would have got rid of the body. Man, he took pictures.
Would he have?
Yeah. Name one time somebody ever.
He never had to set that example yet. But we don't know. Well, okay.
Like when he smashed the dude's head and the dude is dead.
Yeah.
Did you see a body after that?
What for?
He took care of the body. Kilgrave will leave your shit there to let you know, like you keep fucking with me, this is gonna happen. And he put Jessica's friend on crack just so he could keep control over her.
But we do know that Kingpin had the other FBI agents. We don't know the extent of what he did to get the other FBI agents on board. Like one of them said, I tried to get out. I used to have 2 children. He killed one. One's gone. So we don't know what other levels of extent.
The fact that they all had free will and they still didn't do anything takes them down a lot. Because
makes it up a notch. It moves it up a notch because the amount of fear, amount of fear that he puts in them. Isn't that more of a fearful thing to that you know that this guy has the power to go at me again?
I call it after what he did. I call that more.
That's fear.
I call that more of a bitch move from the FBI agent than to call it fear.
But that's fear though.
I understand his fear. He uses fear. He uses fear. That's his. That's like that, and money is his power, right? He uses fear, and I'm saying Kilgrave's power. He also instilled fear, but then he also used his power. Like your free will, you can't even think about coming against me because I'm telling you, all right off the rip, you will put your kids in a closet. They will not come out. You will cook me a meal. If I don't like this meal, I will kill you.
Wow. Then think about it. Bullseye switched on him. If it wasn't for Daredevil with him, he probably would have killed him.
Yeah.
He more than likely would have killed him and his girl. Kilgrave wouldn't have to worry about that.
Kingpin, unfortunately, didn't get rid of the body like he should have in that situation. The only
that's
reason
the one time he didn't get rid of the body.
That's the only. Because
nobody else
any other reason
he
had him all completely. Matter of fact, if Daredevil, that was a mess up because Daredevil was the one who stepped in there. If he had never even thought. He was in a situation where he never even thought of the girl.
Well, Kilgrave, he wouldn't have to worry about it.
He never even had a thought. He never even had a thought about the girl because he was doing what he loved to do, which was actually going out there wearing a suit, killing people, doing everything else. Kingpin had that without any powers. He just manipulated a situation to the point where I got this guy in my control based off his background, not based off of I'm walking up to him and I got powers. Yeah, you're gonna do what I'm saying.
But you can lose
Instead of that, he was just like, but nobody did it.
He did lose it. He did lose
only
it.
because
it doesn't matter.
One little side effect. One side effect. Just like Jessica Jones was his kryptonite. Like she couldn't.
Every
be
villain has a
controlled in
weakness.
that.
That's how a hero wins.
Yeah,
So-
his weakness was he didn't get rid of the body.
Right.
Yeah,
His weakness.
he didn't
He
get
didn't
rid of the body.
okay?
Like Kilgrave only weakness was the fact. Actually, they still haven't decided. They still haven't showed why Jessica Jones became all of a sudden immune to it.
Yeah, right.
Like if it wasn't for that, the one immunity out of nowhere that I think was just like
The only way to beat him.
Yeah, like
That
we need to wait for her to win.
Yeah.
She's immune.
I think
Don't know why.
I think he oversaturated her as she built up an immunity.
Okay, that's fine.
like
Yeah, that's what everybody
basic
says,
virus.
but-
'Cause didn't they say his thing was a virus? His powers were basically a virus.
But they didn't necessarily say it, so we assuming that. But in the show, they never confirmed why she was immune. It just said she could keep control.
We're gonna go with that. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can go with that. But it wasn't for that. He was winning.
Well,
He
He
had-
would have been almost unstoppable.
just like Kingpin was winning.
Right, but Kingpin left.
He was about to get out of jail twice.
Yeah,
He
but
was-
Kingpin left the evidence there to be got. Kilgrave never left the evidence for him to get got.
Kilgrave doesn't even care.
The
about
only
that.
the only reason Kilgrave got because somebody built up an immunity, something he didn't even know was possible.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's like in my mind they even did it just like you pointed out earlier. I was still trying to decide. Like in the Avengers cartoon when he amplified his powers, he's an Avenger level. He's an
yeah,
Avenger
He was a
level threat.
He was a definite threat.
Yeah, he's an Avenger level threat, and I'm saying if they actually put him in the movie, but he can't now. But like they would have did that would have been a legit problem. Like, how do we stop him?
Yeah.
Like you have to kill him from a distance. And that's the best you could do. And you actually have to kill him, not stop him.
Right.
You have to kill him.
No, you suppress his powers. He's been
How?
in several. He's been the same thing they use on the mutants, where they use the mutant suppressor.
We don't know. If
They
that-
did. They did in the comic books. He's
I'm not
locked
talking. I'm
up.
talking about Netflix.
In the comic
We're
books,
talking about the MCU,
Okay.
not the Marvel comics.
Okay, they would have created. Tony Stark always creates something every movie out of the blue.
Yeah, he also created Ultron.
So exactly, he's capable of creating ultimate machines and everything else.
Then
so,
I would think that would lead into another argument about
It'll be him and
why
Banner
now you
creating
create
something.
power
suppressors.
suppressors.
And
And then everybody who's a team, like, now you trying to suppress our powers? And then you lead into a whole other
no,
thing.
they wouldn't. They would basically know by that scenario.
No,
But
okay. They thought about Ultron, and look what happened.
Well, nah, everybody knew Ultron was.
Well, it was meant for him
Yeah,
to be the best.
right.
I'm just saying. You know what? Sokovia Courts. Oh, now you can try to control the heroes. Now you can try to control our powers, tell them when to use or not.
I don't know if it would have went there.
Because I'm just thinking like this.
that
If I had powers, and you telling me now I gotta wear this dampener to control my powers, and that's been a big thing in the mutants,
That's been a big thing in comics.
right? So I'm like, I can see why heroes like now you creating this. Who do you think am out? Now is this for us?
Yeah.
They already had problem. Shield already has a problem. It's too many of y'all overpowered people walking around. It's the reason why they
There's no way we can.
yeah, that's
control
why
it.
when they took the Tesseract try to make weapons. But I digress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I jumped all the way off. That's what happens when you start talking comics. You go everywhere, man.
It is. Oh, it is.
But yeah, I'm taking Kilgrave. He's unbeatable unless you develop immunity. And before you develop immunity, he could just have you off yourself. So
Yeah, he did a whole lot of that craziness. So that's a Kingpin right here, Kilgrave, and
You
the
always by
debate
yourself
between the. And you're always are going to fight me and grabbing a partner over there and thinking, oh, we on there? We on there? You don't get on. Yeah, all right. That's fine with me. Y'all leave comments in the comment section who
You're right,
you
you're right.
pick between Kilgrave and Kingpin, who you think is a more ruthless villain. Who did you like more? Who you side with? So until we see you guys next time, if you like what you see, hit the like button. If you love what you see, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell for notifications about our next video that we will be posting. And wait till the end of the video to see who our cosplayer of the day is. Until next time, guys, we'll see you.